Well, in life we hear many rumors about different people. For some of us living in relatively safe environments, we tend to rely on information being shared within the group, especially during periods of stress. When we trust the group, this can feel natural. Still, when we later meet the person the rumor concerns, the first thing we say is, "Oh, I heard this about you from our friend. I am so happy for you." It's important to seek validation, not out of suspicion, but to know what is actually true to the other person. Otherwise, rumors can slowly turn into fantasies about people, and trust becomes distorted. I have been in workplaces where the boss would call and say, "Oh, I just found out about this from someone, and it is not okay." And I would respond, "Well, I was told to do so by this person in authority, even though I told the person I thought it was a bad idea." The person contacts me every morning before 8 o'clock if I have questions as agreed upon. Then the explanation would shift to, "Well, I was just CC'd on an email." "Yeah, I know. And I solved the case, so what is the problem?" "Maybe there was another reason." And at some point it becomes clear that people are reacting not to facts, but to fragments and interpretations of their own imagination. Situations concerning us are suddenly met with reactions that don't match reality based on misperceptions. Sometimes we later discover that people have scammed us for a long time, and that it was intentional. They played a role that was carefully constructed, almost bulletproof, and that was the point. Every lie was intentional, designed to match the reality they staged for other people. They wanted other people to believe the lie they presented about themselves. I once worked at a place with weekly rotation shifts. As a temp, I worked all of the shifts. One day I went into a common area and greeted a colleague by name, seeing him from the side, and sat down. He greeted me back. After a while, I realized it was actually an identical twin to another colleague. He never corrected me. I didn't say anything either. I knew we would not be working together, so I didn't really care. I knew we were not up for friendship either. It is always disappointing when people intentionally lead us to believe a lie. It's important to accept it if we have been scammed by a narcissistic person, no matter how naive or foolish we may feel afterwards. We need to credit and honor ourselves for having the guts to trust the world around us. Narcs are rarely sorry for what they do. They are only sorry they get caught. Someone once told me that a person had been in a serious accident. Shortly after, I met that person, and it turned out to be a lie. Clearing things up like this matters because it helps us to understand what people are really made of. It becomes especially hard when people in our own circle start living in a fake reality regarding me. They react strangely to situations that would normally call for care and understanding. Again, it's based on misperceptions rather than truth. When we discover that people lie, it can be impossible to confront them because they often won't admit it, so there is no point in fighting them. We can ask them why they lied about these things, but we can't force them to give us an honest answer or apologize. And that's what we have to learn to accept in life, and then just move on quietly and focus on building our own life and create the content we want our life to hold.